What's up, everybody? I'm Hewitt Pagenstecher. I host Lap Basement every Monday at the Goodfoot Lounge, and today I'm boxing with Tory Ward. Tory won second place in Helium's Portland's Funniest competition, and she's open for legends like Dave Attell and Mark Maron. And she also knows how to box, so today she's going to teach me a couple of tips. Let's get right into it.
So put your hand like this for me.
Which one are we starting with?
We'll start with this one. And then spread open your fingers like this.
Nice. So how long have you been boxing for?
I've been going to the boxing gym, I think maybe for like 3 years. Since I started like a year before COVID happened. So yeah.
And what made you get into boxing?
Well, I was really fat and wanted to not be fat anymore. And then also, but one nice thing with boxing though is that the heavier you are, because it's like you're throwing your body weight, right?
Yeah.
And so one thing that's hard about losing weight, and then I think especially like when you're female, especially if you grew up in the early 2000s when it was like stick thin or nothing, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That it's like, I don't know, it's like frustrating because you're like, well, I'm not going to be small. But then you go to boxing and it's like, well, the goal is to be strong.
Yeah.
And, you know, small so you can be fast or whatever. But, and then if you're, when you're heavy, you hit really hard. So it's like.
So you can use that to your like advantage.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Same with like lifting weights, like, because like mass moves mass. Yeah. And so there's a little bit of like, oh, you're not totally fucked because you're big. And then like doing it, then you lose, you know, get smaller. But that was something I really liked about it. Was like, it was like, well, I might get out of breath fast, but I can fucking hit hard, so.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And so you've competed a couple times, right? Like.
Yeah, so I did a fight once. It was like one that my gym did, and it was for people who never, like it was only people who'd never done a fight before could participate in it. Brandon Lyons is doing it next year. Okay. And but it was like.
Good luck, Brandon.
Good luck, Brandon. But it was like sanctioned and stuff. And it was really fun. It was really scary.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's hard to hit another person hard.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You have to like, you like remove the empathy from your brain.
Yeah,
or
you
something.
have to like override, but your muscles are like, no, what are you doing?
I feel
you
like,
can't do that.
I feel like I'd be tentative at first, but then once I get hit, then I'm like, okay, I can't
then
let
it
that
turns
happen
on.
again.
Yeah. I'm like, once I get hit, I'm like, oh, I better make sure they like me. Maybe they'll stop if I like. You look nice. If I like, I don't have good defense mechanism. During COVID, okay, this is like something shameful to admit. You ready?
Yeah.
During COVID, everything shut down, right? And the gyms all shut down.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to quit boxing, and I just lost like 60 pounds, and I was like, I desperately don't want to gain it back, and I have all this momentum.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing comedy. I followed all the rules. But then they had, and this is the first time I did sparring, they started, one of the guys at the gym owned a warehouse that shipped sex toys, right?
Okay.
Out by the airport. And we illegally he hung a bunch of heavy bags, because there's like, it's a big warehouse and there's like, beams across, so hung a bunch of heavy bags, and so we did sparring classes and heavy bag classes in there, like a handful of us in one of the coaches, and it was really fun.
That's pretty badass.
In this big warehouse.
There's like dildos on the wall and stuff too.
No. So they were all in boxes, but no, some of the stuff was out, and we would do like, because we do like farmers carries, like, and like exercises where we'd like walk down the aisles and there'd be like boxes down the aisles, but then there'd be just like a dildo on top of one of the boxes, and no one looked at like it was not and I was like, man, if this was comics, we'd be cracking so many jokes right now. That was really fun, actually.
It's fun.
Then,
it's funny like being really serious in an environment where there's just like sex toys everywhere.
Yeah, no, and they took it seriously, and I was like, guys, there's a giant pink dildo over there. Like, calm down, it's okay. It was funny watching men with get egos about like, no, you hit me harder than, no, you said to go soft. Oh, was it too? No, it wasn't. Like, and it's like, there's a giant dildo right there. You guys, calm down. You're okay. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
But I couldn't tell anyone because it's like wasn't cool because I was violating COVID rules, so I couldn't. I was like, this is shameful, but I can't miss this. I can't miss this.
I think it's it's good that you were at least doing it and like working out and exercising at the same time, because everyone who's there is like at least getting healthier to some degree.
They're more likely to outlive whatever they contract doing the thing. Yeah.
What's the point of wrapping your hands?
I think it's for your wrists mostly. I think it's like so that you don't to support your wrist. You don't like twist your wrist or tweak your wrist.
Oh yeah, so if I punch, it doesn't like bend it too far.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or if you like hit at a weird angle, it doesn't tweak it. Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's most of it.
I like it. It matches my shirt.
It does.
It matches my dildos at home. I need to know like form. Like I need to know.
Yeah. Do you want to go over the punches?
Like what punches, stance.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, which are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Okay. So put your left foot forward. And have your right foot back a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of an athletic stance. And then put your hips back. And then put your hands up and kind of hunch your shoulders forward a little bit and keep your chin down. Like this.
So how is this?
Good. Touch your...
Touch my jaw?
Yeah, touch your jaw. Because if your hands are here... I mean, some people keep their hands there, but especially because, like, I'm new at it, right?
Yeah.
So I assume I'm going to be the slower one, And so if my hands are here and then someone hits me, where are you hitting yourself? So hitting yourself. So I keep them touching my...
Oh, so there's no bounce, no room for them to hit you.
Yeah. So this is just to protect your face. So anytime you throw a punch, your hand right back to your face. Everything you do, your hand goes back to your face.
Right.
To protect your face. And then you want to keep your elbows are in, your shoulders are kind of hunched, and it's just to protect your body. So if I punch you here, you can do that. You can take your elbow, you can push it away with your elbow. So it lets you protect yourself. Yeah. And so now we'll go over the different punches.
Okay.
There's numbers for the different punches. And when I hold out mitts, I'll be calling numbers.
Okay.
And you'll be throwing the punches for the numbers.
All right.
Okay. So your left side.
So I'm looking down, right?
Well, you're looking at your opponent.
Okay.
And my coach told me to look at my opponent's shoulders and clavicles.
Okay.
So that you can see where the punch is coming from. You can see what you know what I mean? Yeah. So you can see what I'm going to throw by my shoulders.
Do you always aim for your opponent's face, or do you ever aim for the shoulders or anything like that? Is that in boxing? Is it 100% face all the time?
Well, body.
Okay. Yeah.
So face, or body shot, or uppercut on your sides. Yeah. So yeah. And okay, so left side is odd numbers, right side is even numbers.
Okay.
So the one.
It's gonna be like a mind game. This is gonna be like a brain exercise.
Okay. So the one is the jab, and you're just gonna throw it straight out like that.
Right hand?
Left.
Oh, okay.
Jab. There you go. And you can step with it if you want, but you're just throwing it straight out, and then your hand goes right back to your face. 2 is the cross.
Do you step back when you bring your arm back? Or?
Yeah, you can. And then step back. You can also, but if you're fighting someone, it depends. You could go out and back. You could keep going forward at them. Yep, perfect.
Okay.
And then the 2 is the cross. That's gonna be on your right side. And this is big part of it is that your arm is just an extension of your body, right? You're not punching someone with your arm. You're punching them with your body. Your arm is just an extension of your body. So you're gonna put your weight into it. So the big thing is you're gonna pivot your hip and throw. So if you don't throw any punch, just keep your hands up and just pivot like this. So that's what you're going to be doing with your body. And then add your hand to it. And so but it's all coming from your hips. You're throwing your body into the punch.
What are you doing with your back leg at that point? Are you
Yep, just like that. Here, look. And then pivoting like that. Yep. And then, perfect, hand goes right back. Yep, that's it. That's exactly it.
Cool.
Okay, so this is 2. 3 is a hook, so that's left side. And for the hook, it's the same. You're going to put your weight in your front leg. You can pivot a little bit. You can turn your shoulder a little bit. Put your weight in your front leg.
Okay.
And now that there's weight in your front leg, it's loaded up. Now you're going to push that weight into your punch, like that. So you're throwing your weight from the side of your body into your punch. You're kind of transferring it back to the back leg.
So like,
Yeah, and you're throwing with your body. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
let me try this like today.
We're good.
Do you bring your elbow up like immediately? Like,
Let me see. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. And your elbow is parallel.
okay.
Like this is all parallel. And it's less of an out, more of a pivot with just your weight. You're just pushing your weight into the other person. Yeah, you're good.
Right.
Hell yeah. And then the 4 is going to be the right hook, that's this side. So it's the same thing on the other side. So you can kind of turn a little bit to put your weight into your right leg. And then you're like a spring unspringing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like you're sprung up this way, and then you're just pushing the weight back into here, and you're just unspringing your weight.
So
onto
this
the
is
person.
the 4?
Yeah, this is the 4, and it's the right hook. So you're like a spring, and you're unspringing onto the other person. Good. Yep, and then your hand goes right back. Perfect. Now we're gonna do slips and rolls. And tell me if this is too much. We can
What slips and rolls?
defense.
Okay.
So a slip.
One second. How are we in frame right now? We're
Moving out of the way of punches.
okay.
So slowly punch at my face.
Whoa, that was good dodge. Okay.
Do it again. And then now that I'm here, now I'm in a perfect position to
Yeah.
do that. And then you can slip the other way. So throw at my face again.
With my left hand?
Yeah. Okay.
Good reflex.
And now do a hook.
So this would be. This is the roll. Okay. Roll.
And then do this hook. Just roll there. And it's a squat. And the big thing with the roll, a lot of times people when they roll, they'll do this. But if you do this, now you're blind and they can just hit you in the face. So the big thing.
So it's like you do that in an uppercut essentially.
Yeah. So the big thing with the roll is to, like, keep your eyes on the other person and then keep your head up. And it's with your legs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that so you're still aware of what's going on. Put your hands here. There you go. This should just be the rest of the thing. Okay. That's it.
So if you're doing. I was like going randomly, like with whatever hand I felt like.
Yeah,
But
no.
if you're going, so if you're going with your right hand, what's this called again?
Harry.
Parry?
I don't think it matters. I think it's just whichever's. I don't know. I think it's just whichever's.
Yeah.
Like better for.
Yeah.
This is really fun.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing comedy for?
Let's see. I've been doing comedy for. I've been doing comedy for 7 years.
Did you start in Portland?
I did, yeah. I went to my first open mic at a place called the Rusty Nail. It's
Just the dodgiest sounding.
It was
bar
a
of
great
all time.
open mic. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. My first one was at the Rusty Nail. And let's see. It was fun. I was in love with it after my first time. What about you?
I started in Portland too.
Yeah.
I think I did Midnight Mic as my first mic. And then
Ooh,
Kelly's
that's a
always
rough
here.
one. Those are both hard.
Yeah, and then I just basically started going to Kelly's like a couple of times a month.
Okay.
I worked downtown.
Okay.
And I've been doing it for 4.5 years here.
How long did it take you to become like addicted? To become like a regular guy?
I think I started in like January of like 18. I think it took me about 6 months until I started going like super regularly.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 to 8. There's like some hiatuses there.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of 2019, I was going as much as I could.
Yeah.
And which sucked because the pandemic happened right after that. Yeah.
Did you do any like the parking lot stuff?
I did.
Yeah.
I did the parking lot stuff. I did the drive-in stuff, and like even these like industrial parking lots where like like Graham had his truck set up. And,
that was so cool with like what was it? Was it like a dumpster or was it like a crate something behind us? That was so cool.
He had some with dumpsters behind it, some with like these like really like semi trucks that were parked behind it. Yeah. And some were just in these industrial parking lots with just like businesses and stuff.
Yeah. I was getting to the point where mic sucks, where I was like, I have to go to a fucking mic. Because I've been doing it for 4 years or whatever. And then the parking lot mic happened after not leaving the house for so long. And I was like, oh, this is magic. I was like, oh, I appreciate it. It made me appreciate open mics and appreciate it.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, you couldn't do this for a while.
Yeah.
Because for me, it was like a couple weeks silence. Zoom appeared. Yeah. That sucked. Yeah. And then eventually got invited to one of Graham's like parking lot things, and then eventually patio spaces. Yeah. So every time you got a little more, it was like that much more exciting. Just be able to perform at a restaurant in like a patio in front of like other comics. Yeah. And doing it in the mic, doing it in the parking lot, it made me feel like, oh, even in its worst form, I love this. Yeah. And I have to have this. Like, even if people are in cars and we're in a parking, I love this. And I love all these people. Like, these are my people. Comics are my people. Like, yeah. It was so gratifying getting honks. It was. And the flashes, when they flashed the lights at you. Windshield wipers. Yeah. Okay. Should we do myths? Do you want to do myths? Yeah, let's do myths. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So you've been doing comedy for 7 years. Yeah. When did you first start like working at Helium? Like, what was your first my show? First show? First show at Helium, yeah. I wasn't working. I was 2 years in, and I got booked on the Dirty Dozen. Nice. So I was really dirty comic right when I started. Still are. Yeah, I know. Still am. And that was amazing. That was so cool. I was so excited to do it. And then I didn't get to do another Helium show for like 3 years. But, yeah. I started working there. I worked there as a server for like 5 years, waiting tables. And that sucked, because I wasn't getting booked at all. I was just doing mics. Yeah. Then there would be all these local showcases that I wasn't booked on, that I'd have to fucking wait tables for. And customers would be super rude. Yeah. And then it felt like they were getting more and more specific for like showcases that I thought I should be on. Like there was the extra dirty show, and then you're just not booked on. Yeah, no. And then there was like a women's show, and then there was like a board. Can I hold these? I keep on like putting them back, but do I just hold them up the whole time? Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Okay. And then there was like a Born in Oregon show, and I was like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah. It felt like. Where were you born? Oregon. It felt like there should be like a pudgy 30-year-old trying comedy too late, so I wouldn't be booked on that either. Yeah, I was pissed. So then I realized I was spending all this time waiting tables instead of practice. Like, waiting tables. Yeah. So you're waiting tables for shows that you're not on because you're not good enough, but you can't get good enough because you're there waiting tables. Yeah. So, I don't know. Let's do some hooks? Hooks, yeah, okay. I swear I'm learning something. Hold it parallel to the ground. Okay, yeah. And then give me a little bit of pushback just like you did with that. All right. A little bit of distance. Ready? Yeah. So, what's been one of your favorite experiences in comedy so far to date? Let's see. Oh man. I produced a comedy festival. Oh nice. On the coast. It was right after my dad died, and it was in my dad's event space. And then the last day we did a comic strip. And I did a joke about my dead dad while getting naked. Sorry. I needed to readjust this for a second.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. And Adam was on it.
That sounds like a fun show, stripping and doing comedy.
Yeah, we used to have that. Too bad it's gone. They had it at Funhouse comic strip, and they would. Ooh, this is hard to like.
I know. It's like
they would.
going through words.
They had it sponsored by the sex club, or not sex club, sex shop, called Go Blow Fuck Yourself, and they had the headliner's face on a butt plug that they raffled off.
That is so cool. What's the name of the comedy festival?
Or no, that was just the show, the regular show at Funhouse. But the show came to the festival, and the festival was called Undertow. But yeah, it was just 1 year, but it was fun.
Nice. And what was your dad's event space?
It was called the Eventuary. It was an old mortuary that got shut down. It was in Lincoln City, Oregon. It got shut down in the 80s for, okay. The guy who ran it, this is such a hard story to tell. Look at this. So in the 1980s, it was a mortuary. In the 1980s, the guy who ran it had a gambling problem. And he was taking bodies, and instead of getting them incinerated, Tiny had to ship them to Salem, an hour away to get them incinerated. He was putting the bodies in the basement and then giving people like fireplace ashes and telling them that they were their loved ones' ashes.
What? That
And
is so fucked up.
The place started to smell, but it's in Lincoln City, it's on the coast. And Lincoln City once a year has this jellyfish thing that happens, where these sailor jellyfish is what they're called. Mm-hmm. They wash up onto the shore, like thousands of them, and the whole town smells bad. So people thought the smell was from the jellyfish. And then this old, like, World War II vet called the FBI and was like, I was in World War II, I was at Auschwitz, I know what bodies smell like. This building smells like there's bodies in this building. And so
what was he doing with the bodies?
he was just stacking. So the newspaper said the bodies were found in the basement, stacked like cordwood. That's what the Oregonians said.
Oh.
Because the guy was just in debt from gambling. He had this gambling addiction. And so the place got shuttered, and it sat vacant for 20. No one would touch it.
Yeah, haunted.
But my dad loves a deal.
Yeah.
Big garage sale guy.
Yep.
Big estate sale guy.
Big BOGO guy.
Big BOGO guy. And the building has, like, it was built in the 1920s. It has a view of the ocean. It's beautiful. And so my dad bought it, this mortuary that nobody would touch. And he lovingly restored it, renovated it. And he's like an antique collector. He's this real whimsical guy. And he turned it into this really cool, whimsical event space. So he called it the Eventuary.
That sounds really cool. I love that name, the Eventuary.
Yeah, it's like mortuary event. And,
did he have comedy shows there?
yeah, so he and I put on comedy shows there.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And even before I started stand-up, he did comedy shows there. He loved comedy.
Yeah.
So we did comedy shows there. And we called it, my dad had an Italian restaurant, we called it Laughs and Lasagna. And he would make me I got to host them, but I still had to wait tables and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was very fun. And the space was, people were mad at him when he bought the space and renovated it, because they were like, no one, because they were their love, Oregon's small, you know? It's no, there were my loved ones in there. But then people ended up having celebrations of life, high school graduations. It was this light he turned into this kind of magical space that people ended up really loving. Cool.
Yeah, really turned that place around and redeemed it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's so special that he was really cool.
It's crazy when guys sold it, or I don't know, when my dad bought it, there were did I already say this? There were the tables in the basement with the drains in them.
Yeah? No, you didn't mention this yet.
You know where you put the bodies and the fluids drain out? Those were still in it. There was the refrigerators where they put the bodies, where all this shit was in it. We had to get rid of all the shit we used for dead bodies.
Yeah.
It was all still in there.
That sounds
crazy.
like a horrible chore.
Yeah. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I was 16 or 17. I was this is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just to be clear, because we were punching, my dad wasn't the one who owned it when it was a mortuary. He bought it. That was just a random guy.
He's the savior of the story.
He's the savior. He's not the creepy dead body guy.
Yeah.
That's a different. I don't know that guy. That's a different guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So so I started doing shows in there with my dad, and then when I started comedy, I got to host the shows, and that was really cool.
Yeah, it was like full circle for you.
Yeah. And then he died, and then it was, and we did his funeral there, and it was like a mortuary all over again. Real full circle.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. All right, I'm down to box.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If we hit each other, we hit each other.
All right.
Okay. So anyways, what other questions did you have for me?
What's your joke writing process like? Do you have one?
No.
I know, because I just kind of write down stuff that sounds funny to me.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you use like your notes app or do you like write?
I generally use my notes app, and then I'll at some point write it down on Word doc.
Oh, so you do like sit and write it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point.
Okay.
I feel like
Come get me!
I feel like my biggest offense is punching your glove. Yeah, you don't remember to my event here.
I don't sit and write. I have too much like self-doubt. You know what I mean? Like,
so you just do it on stage?
Yeah, as soon as I sit and write, I'm like,
You're like,
this is fucking stupid. Like, I like second guess everything.
Because it just sounds worse when there's no laughter.
Yeah, it's like hard to do in a vacuum. I just hit myself in the face. I feel like hitting the gloves is good for audio. It sounds like.
Yeah, it's like some genuine boxing noise. It sounds like you're punching me in the face.
Yeah.
So, you've done a lot of cool stuff with comedy.
Uh-huh.
Limestone Festival.
That was cool.
Portland's Funniest.
Yeah.
Are hilarious in general, headliner. What are some of your biggest goals in comedy? Do you have any goals that you want to achieve, or you just want to just be funny and enjoy that by itself?
I think be funny. Move. I want to be in a bigger city. I want to be. Okay.
You want to make it out of Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be in a. Okay. Well, I don't want to jinx it. And I sound stupid.
That's okay.
I want to be like in a comedy show one day. That'd be really cool.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Like past it. That would be amazing.
Like, yeah.
Like live in the city and be like, I'm a comedian, and like mean it when I say it.
Yeah. Like say it, with undisputable confidence.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm a comedian. Like.
What about specials?
Oh. I don't know. I want to. What do you want?
All right, so.
Yeah, you say it. You spill your dreams first.
Yeah. So I want to create a special that I'm proud of someday, like a big long-form piece of comedy content.
Yeah, like an hour.
That I'm like, yeah, or even just a half hour to start, probably an hour someday.
Yeah.
But just like something a half hour to an hour that I'm like, I could watch and be like, I'm proud of that, and I want to put it out there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a big milestone in my mind, is like just achieving that, just like a recording that I think is a good reflection of my comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
I feel like that's like the biggest one for me. But definitely just be hilarious.
Yeah.
And have a couple hours of material. I want to have an hour clean, at least an hour dirty. At the minimum,
I need that. I have 5 minutes clean, maybe. Ah!
So I'm doing a show in September. I have to do 15 minutes clean.
Yeah.
15 to 20.
Dude, me too.
Yeah.
Also in September.
Yeah. I'm kind of nervous. I'm frantically writing an extra 5 minutes of clean material.
I lied. And the guy was like, "What do you have?" Because he saw me.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Do you have clean stuff?" And I was like, "I've been doing it for 7 years. You don't think I have clean jokes. And
You're
I was
like,
like, I fucking don't have, no,
You're
I
like,
don't.
do you have clean jokes?
Yeah. now I have to write some fucking clean jokes because I don't at all.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm like, just like, ghosts, dreams. I don't even know what am I doing.
I was like writing about like raccoons in my, but it is hard because I'm up there and I'm like, I don't want to fucking talk about raccoons. And so then I was like working on this raccoon bit about feeding my raccoons, like the raccoons who live in my yard. And then it was like
That's
fine.
cute.
It was cute. And I was working on it. And then my gynecologist was like, oh, did you know that thongs like are like a highway for fecal bacteria? And then I was like, oh, so like all those hot girls in thong bikinis have shit in their pussy? And then I got on stage and I was like, shit in your pussy is so much more fun to say than like feeding the raccoons in my yard. Like, I don't want to talk about raccoons now. But I can talk about.
It's hard to like focus on writing jokes if you're really more into like something that you think is way funnier.
Yeah. It feels more like work.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm the same. I'm like frantically trying to write clean jokes.
Gonna be a stretch for me.
Yeah, me too.
What's your show? What's your clean show that you have coming up?
I'm opening for a comic called Philip. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
I think you need to get over here.
Philip.
Sustain.
It's okay. It's just not going to be static. It's fine. I'm just moving with you guys at this
Okay.
point.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Philip
Yeah, sorry.
Something. He's a comic who lives in Spokane, and I'm opening for him in Medford with Brent. And Brent has lots of clean stuff. And so I can't let them show me up. And
Yeah.
I can't let it happen. Okay.
I'm already for Tyler Bow at the Mac.
Okay, so we're both, okay, we are in very similar situations.
Do you have any fights coming up?
No, I want to do another one. I want to do one before I move. I want to move in December, but I have to lose weight and quit vaping. And I sleep with my vape. Like, I hold my vape like a baby while I sleep.
You like wake up and vape?
Yes, I do. I kiss it like a lover in the morning. I don't know what I would do without.
Tyler, like, good morning, babe.
Yeah, I do. And I'm like, hi.
Coffee.
So I don't know. I really want to, but vaping is bad on your lungs.
Yeah, but
Like-
this counteracts it. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Okay. This is so much fun.
I feel like a pirate, but with
Like a pirate?
but with boxing. I don't know.
Oh, like we're like fencing?
Yeah. I don't know because there's no limits to this like
Yeah,
arena.
yeah.
I don't know why I was feeling like Johnny Depp in because they don't box, but I just feel like when you're combating someone, it's like high-risk. Checking out your phone.
No, it's like falling out of my pants. Oh, it's still going.
I always like that. Alright.
Let's go.
So you can put gloves on by yourself?
I don't know how you do it. I use my mouth, and I don't think you're supposed to.
Okay.
But that's what I do.
Like, well, you managed to get it done. Do you ever box with Brandon?
No, I'm scared. He's gonna fuck me up. He's like competitive. He's like taking it really seriously.
Yeah. I feel like boxing's really hot right now,
Oh yeah, because I don't use social media at all, but it is.
So like a lot of influencers are
Yeah,
doing it and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
I'm always so out of touch with that stuff.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I don't know. I don't like it. I feel like the world's moving on without me.
I just know my screen time's like, I feel like it's like 12 hours a day and I just need to like reduce it,
Mine isn't, but I don't look at the right stuff though. I don't think my algorithm is lame.
What's your algorithm?
I don't want to tell you what's your algorithm.
I guess let's keep that private.
No, You asked, what's your algorithm?
I feel like
Hewitt, what's your algorithm?
let's pull it up.
Come on.
I think it's like sometimes it's like podcast clips, it's like Theo Vaughn clips,
Okay.
some comedy, a lot of nature stuff, a lot of cooking, like a lot of just like people making random food.
Yeah.
A lot of cooking ingredients.
Yeah. Mine's a lot of stand-up clips. There was a lot of self-help stuff on there, but it's going away.
Nice, that's a good
Moving
sign.
away. Let's see what else. There's a lot of kitten videos and a lot of like baby bear videos. There's a lot of like wild animals.
I need to get on that algo.
Oh, I love it. I love
Baby
it.
Animals.
Oh, I love it.
I feel like I'm not boxing.
I feel like I'm not boxing.
Okay, alright. I want to do like one of these.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw at your face.
Okay.
And then knock it down and throw at my face with the other one.
Okay.
So do it and then throw at the other one.
Okay.
There you go. Faster. And don't move your you're just swatting it. Just swat it hard.
Okay. I feel like I'm kind of close to you there.
Ah!
So would New York be the city then that you want to move to, you think?
I think Chicago. I want to take a half step.
What's going on in Chicago?
Well, Noah Watson and Ben moved there.
Yeah, of course.
So Brian's moving there. Feels like you can say more stuff. They don't police you.
Yep.
There's a lot of stage time. And it's
Nice.
geographically closer to New York. So I'm like, I feel like I'm
So you're like inching your way there.
inching. I'm
Getting better and
terrified.
better as you get closer to
Yeah,
New
I'm
York.
terrified of like actually moving to New York.
You could do more trips to New York while you're there.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the plan.
Do you know any of the clubs in Chicago?
No, but I do know in Bloomington, because Limestone is in Bloomington.
Yep.
And there's the Comedy Attic there, and they said I could feature there when after I did the festival.
Nice.
And that's like 5 hours away or something. And then Comedy Underground is in Indiana, and that's the other direction, like 5 or 6 hours. And I think I might be able to headline there. So I've been to those two places. So I have, in
Yep.
driving distance, I have something.
That's good. Yeah, it's already
Yeah.
built some relationships there.
Yeah, and there's a lot in the Midwest.
I've never been to Chicago.
I've never been to Chicago. I don't know what I'm doing.
I feel like it's definitely good to move at some point. I don't know. I feel like I'm not close though. You know. I mean,
When do you think is
I think when I have I think I might want to move after my first a first half hour special.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So one of my goals is to record a half hour at the Goodfoot,
Okay.
and then I kind of want to and then because I've been working at that space for so long, and I feel like there's a lot of benefit of hosting that. You know, it's like I get to meet a lot of people, I get a lot of stage time, and then I could even when I get to that point headline it, every now and then. And I think I want to shoot a half hour special there, and then kind of get that out of that space before I end up feeling like I could move on and move somewhere else and do comedy.
Okay.
I have so many roots in Portland, it's hard to move at the time,
I have the same thing.
But I feel like also when I get to that point where I have a really, really tight
Good running.
half hour to an hour, then I'll be able to make a really good first impression when I move somewhere. I'm still just working on my, core, just being funny.
I think
I feel like I have a lot of personal growth as a comedian to do before I move to another town. Because I don't want to struggle super hard and getting spots when I get there. I want to at least have being funny going for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that not moving, people talk about moving too early, but I feel like not moving is a bigger danger.
Yeah.
Because people get comfortable and then they stay and then they plateau, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
because if you're in a new city, then you're going to be forced that much to work harder.
Right.
Right.
To close the gap. If there's a gap, then
Yeah.
you're pushed to close it.
Yeah.
But because then I talk to comics, I'm so scared to move because I'm not ready to move to New York. But then I talk to comics that fucking started there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so people start there, and I'm scared to move there.
And you're hilarious. You'd kill it in New York, I think. I think do amazing there if you move there tomorrow.
But yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, right now I'm like, staying is a danger, and I can feel the roots. I can feel them, but they're not like good roots. They're bad roots.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I kind of wanna do all the shows in Portland.
Yeah.
And then maybe record my first special of like
Yeah.
doing like a half hour, and then
As long as you're making progress, as long as you're like, oh, I'm covering ground.
yeah.
Yeah.
Setting goals and doing them.
Plus, it's nice, I think, to move somewhere and pop, because people know, they're like, oh shit. Like when you move, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get that initial pop. If you're good when you move, like, you know?
Exactly.
That's what I'm hoping for. Like, is that like, I'm trying to lose weight before I move too, because I'm like, I
So
want.
people are gonna be, who's like this hottie on
Yeah.
the
I'm like, no, I can get fat
Pretty
once
nice.
it's like marriage. Once I'm in the door, I can get fat. Or like becoming a cop. Once you're in the door, I can get fat again. But I gotta be fit to
when
get in.
you move in and then be like,
gotta
oh,
be-
right this way.
Yeah.
And then you're already in the door.
Yeah, and then I can let myself go.
Yeah.
So.
It's really good. Okay.
Woo!
So, I think, let's see, any other kind of drills you think I should run? How am I doing? Have you seen me get better? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Am I
doing great.
Okay?
Yeah, you're moving and I feel like you're doing, we did the slips and the rolls and trying to think.
And the slips and the rolls and the uppercuts?
Mm-hmm. And we parried.
Yeah, the parry, that's my favorite.
Yeah, the parry. I
Yeah.
like the parry a lot.
Hit me with a jab.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Bam!
Alright, I want to give you an opportunity, if you want to plug anything, you have any shows coming up, maybe your own show. I know you host the roast show.
Yeah, second Saturday of every month at Funhouse Lounge at 10 p.m. Everyone Hates You. I host it with my very funny roommate, Brian Bixby.
Definitely check out Tori at any one of her shows. Everybody Hates You.
Yeah.
She's hilarious.
Hewitt, you're hilarious.
Thank you.
This is very, very fun. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Cool. Was that a success?
I think that was good. That was good.
This is really fun.
Yeah.